Now, in September 2022, rapper Sauce Walka would be in LA, minding his business, cowboy hat on, no shirt on, jewelry out, you know, shining like a diamond. I think he had just did a BET Cypher freestyle, and he would be outside with a couple of guys, and a guy would come out of nowhere and attempt to rob him. Now, Sauce Walka would fight this guy off, literally fighting for his life, and the guy would take off and keep running. Now, this guy would eventually find him another guy that he would attempt to rob, and he would end up killing that guy who was just an innocent bystander, but he turned into a victim. Now, this is where the confusion kicks in. I think that Sauce Walka thought that the man that died was the man that he fought off, not knowing that the man that he fought off went down the street and caught a body. So Sauce Walka would look at that and, hey, a dead man can't tell no tales, right? He would get on the internet and he would give us a whole lesson about protecting yourself and stop doing stupid stuff, but he would insinuate it and word it as if he was the one who caught that self-defense body, as if he was the new Gucci Mane, as if he isn't the one to play with.
Hey man, I really ain't want to speak on this shit, but I know it's too many young black kings and young kings out there that's being misled and misguided wrong, learning half of the game and not the whole game. So y'all need to learn from this experience that I went to tonight, because being a rapper is one of the most dangerous jobs in America, and there's a lot of young men out here that want to do this shit, but don't know everything that come with it. But I want to speak on this part right here, understand this. Everybody don't go. Everybody don't go and everybody ain't going, and I'm one of them people that's not going. So unfortunately tonight somebody lost their life for doing something stupid. And I don't know how it happened or what was going on, but I really would like all the young black men around here to learn before all the tabloids and the bullshit and the fake stories get out there. I want y'all to learn from this experience. And I'm still standing here 10 toes down, all my jewelry and everything that I worked hard for. I don't want you to go through these dumbass situations for doing something stupid that somebody taught you or led you to do, that you can go be a...
Now, y'all can take that how y'all want to take that. To me, I felt like he was insinuating that he did something that he didn't do. But he did leave just enough wiggle room to finagle his way out of it, if that wasn't what really happened, right? Now, a lot of the fans felt the way I felt. They said, man, this man acting like he caught that body and he got caught. They caught him in a lie. And what happened was Sauce Walka ended up speaking to Travell Watson's family, RIP, and he would tell them, hey, I didn't mean it like that. I was speaking on, I survived the attack and somebody else didn't. Stop doing stupid stuff. I get it. He put a nice little spin to it. And then he would even double back and make an Instagram video and really speak and clear up the situation.
We are. I already knew this dumbass shit was gonna happen, and somebody was gonna try to change a tragic story into a dumbass story, because it was already some dumbass shit that happened. But the only reason why I'm even considering doing this is because I want to bring some closure and some clarification to the families and the sister of this brother that mistakenly, tragically lost his life in this dumbass situation for no reason, and for the family having to see their family member body slain and slandered all over the internet for no motherfucking reason. But I also was trying to keep it so G in the situation that I didn't even want to incriminate or put the person in trouble that could have harmed my life and that took this other man's life in this situation. But since all the information is already public and out, now we can speak on it. What happened was, and what I said in the original video, like I told y'all, I don't know what's going on and how it went on. We all trying to find out the rest of this information, but what I do know is that everybody ain't going. Guns kill everybody, but everybody is not scared of guns. And tragically, what happened, just like you see on my, you think a nigga want to make up a black eye and all this dumbass shit, what happened was I fought for my life and fought for my jury and my belongings and got me and my men up out the situation and up out of there and squabbled myself out of a situation where a firearm was put in my face. Half of you motherfuckers wouldn't even fight a motherfucker with a butter knife in their hand. And tragically, after that situation, the same motherfucker that I made this person run out from the situation from a failed robbery attempt, ran off and ran into another man and tried to rob this man, and this man did the same thing that I did because he was a black king, a black warrior, somebody that fought hard for whatever he had in life. He had his firearm on him and he wasn't going. And unfortunately, in his situation, he lost his life. I could have lost my life as well. We both made the same erratic, irrational decision because we not going and we trying to live what we die for what we have. So unfortunately, somebody did something stupid and a man lost his life, and I could have been that man lose his life too because I'm also somebody that do stupid shit that's gonna fight for what I have. Just like this man tried to fight for what he have, and unfortunately, this man had the quicker draw, and whatever.
Yep, Sauce Walka is a snake oil salesman, man. He's all about performance. He's one of those fast-talking Texas niggas. Yep. Yeah, he one of those niggas. Now, after the death of Sayso P and Sauce Walka being shot, after he recovered, he would go on a podcast and he would start speaking about how the fans want him to retaliate and the streets want him to retaliate for Sayso P's death. And he got about 400 to 500 good men who want to go to Memphis and find the guy and the people responsible for shooting and killing his partner and shooting him. And he said that he would tell them, nah, man, I'm not on that because you know what? Essentially, they spared my life. They really could have held me to the same standard, but they decided not to. And I got to respect the gangster because my friend did something. He had a history in Memphis of doing stuff. And on the gangster card, they had to come do what they had to do. I had to inherit his beef because of he signed to my label. And while I feel sorry for him, I'm not gonna put my position and put my life in position to crash out, which I respect it.
I can, if I wanted to, I could have motherfucking 400-500 different men, good men down here from different cities and states, including mine, around here ready to do whatever by snapping my finger in retaliation to what happened to me and my little brother. But as much as it hurt my soul and it really break me down, I'm damn near getting emotional right now thinking about the shit that I can't retaliate because that's not righteous. Because my brother had his own dealings as a man that a nigga gotta respect. And a motherfucker had the opportunity to make me 100% accountable for the same thing that they felt, whatever the situation is, because I still don't know what the situation is with my brother, but whatever it was, they could have held me the same level of accountable that they did him and took my life for no reason the same way. Whatever that his was taken for. So at the end of the day, I gotta be a man and be an honorable gangster and respect the fact that I put myself in a place where I wasn't supposed to be standing and sitting at, but as a gangster and as a brother, I'ma stand next to my brother no matter whatever this nigga got going on, or whatever his personal beefs or problems is. We shook hands and became in the same alliance before that, then I gotta adapt and adopt your problems to a certain extent too.
Now, after the shooting, the police would find footage of people getting out of the car, and the first suspect that they identified would be a 21-year-old Memphis man named Jaden Danridge. Jaden Danridge had a AK-47, a Draco in his hand, and he looked guilty. They knew the police were after him. They didn't identify everybody else, but they were after Jaden Danridge. Now, I guess Jaden Danridge, when he found out that he was identified and in a jam, it's time to run. And somehow he ended up in Houston. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you just shot Sauce Walka, one of the bigger figures in Houston, why would you run to Houston? And that's where a lot of theories started, because Jaden Danridge would end up found dead just a few days later by the Houston PD. So theory one that I'm hearing is people are saying Sauce Walka backdoored Sayso P for some insurance money. He had him sign an insurance form and he was the sole beneficiary of a $200,000 to $300,000 insurance scheme, right? So he had Jaden Danridge and company come, spin, shoot him to make it look like he was a victim too, and then said, meet me down in Houston and I'ma hook y'all up with some paper. Apparently, young Jaden made his way down there and Sauce Walka got him pop, unalived and ran off with the cake. The second theory that I've heard is that Jaden Daniels ran to Houston to hide, but he made a mistake by going to Houston, and Sauce Walka found out, and he had some people spit on him, and now he's dead. And before I get into the third theory, let me say this. Sauce Walka would play into these theories by putting up a post of him smiling and chinning and skinning and grinning, and it would be the music that he would be playing. He would be playing Hail Mary Tupac, and it would be a specific line where he said, "I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweet of joy next to getting meow."
I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy.
Now, if you ask me, this is the same thing as 2022, where Sauce tried to clout up off of that body in LA. I think that he's trying to clout up off of this body here. I don't think Sauce Walka had nothing to do with this body, and this is why he's doing what he does. Now, to me, it's not a smart move, because even though Jaden Dandridge is dead ass wrong, there might be somebody out there that's willing to spin for him. So why why put your hat in the gauntlet by playing around and you don't know where his people could be coming from? Maybe it's highly unlikely, maybe it's not. Now, that third theory is the one that I think actually happened. Jaden Dandridge, they said he didn't even have as much as a traffic ticket. Jaden seemed like he was probably a good kid that made a bad decision. A really, really bad decision. And he got himself in some trouble. He went down to Houston to hide out, but he probably might have went with the people that he was in the car with. And they looked at him as a liability because he didn't get out that car and shoot anybody. He don't have a record. He just happened to be there. He can identify whoever was in that car, and the police only identified one person, and that was him. And I think that they said, listen, we got to make a tough decision, but he has to go, because it's possible that if we get caught, or if he gets caught, he's gonna get the singing like a choir. So I personally think that maybe somebody close to him backdoored and took him out. That's just my personal opinion. The police haven't really said what happened though, so we'll see. And when we get more news, I'll update it. But yeah, Sauce Walka, you're a dirty man. You're a dirty clout chasing man. I just hope that it don't come back to bite you in the ass. Do y'all think that he's clout chasing, or do y'all think that I'm wrong? Do y'all think that he really, called a boss move and was, crazy enough to actually get online because he felt like he covered it up by saying, "I'm not spinning, y'all. I'm not spinning"? Y'all let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we out, baby. Boom.
Just LaFlare.
It's him.